Welcome, my friend, to this video on Spot Forex versus futures currencies, Spot Forex trading, Spot Forex markets, and a comparison between the two, some pluses, some minuses. Each have their own advantages and disadvantages. We'll walk through those with you today, and you can make your decision as to what's best for you. But I find that there are some of these things that a lot of people don't think about or maybe know about, and you need to before you make a decision. So let's go through some of those. First of all, let me give a side note. You can also trade currencies with exchange-traded funds and exchange-traded notes. The problem that I find with a lot of them is that the price action is a bit different and they have a lot of gaps in between the bars. Those are not technical gaps. It's just the way that the markets trade. So not real crazy about exchange-traded funds and notes, even the really high volume ones, surprisingly, that I've seen for currencies. So I look at the Spot Forex on the left, and then we've got the futures on the right. We'll look at the euro today, since that is such a high volume market. And I also put the MACD down there in the bottom, just so you can compare how the indicators would look as well as price action. Now, as you can see, I've got my global crosshairs on here. So we'll just scroll over bar by bar real quick, and you can see, oh, by the way, yeah, this is a daily chart. We'll look at some intraday stuff too. But as you can see, pretty much the same, right? Now, not exactly, but very much the same from bar to bar to bar to bar to bar to bar to bar. Not too much difference there. Indicator looking pretty much the same. We'll scroll forward here a ways. Again, go forward here so you can see in advance. And so, like, for example, this bar right here, got a spike top, reversal bar, what we call there, but it's, green on one, red on the other. Not a big difference. The overall price action is pretty much the same with very minor differences. Now, that's not always true, but it is true most of the time. So let's go down to a 5-minute bar. Now we're looking at a 5-minute on the Spot Forex on the left and the futures on the right. And as you can see, they are a bit different in here. They are a bit different. So there are times when they will be different. And the active trading times are pretty close to the same. So you can trade either one of these 24 hours a day. So what are some of the big differences? All right. Well, first of all, even though they have generally the same price movement, but they will have a little different. Both trade 24/7. That's number 2. Now, so those are similarities, but one of the big differences is number 3, where the futures are traded on a central exchange and the Spot Forex is not. And that does make a difference. In other words, people will tell you, oh, well, the Spot Forex has all this amazing volume, incredible volume. That is true, but you don't have access to all that volume because you are not trading all throughout all of the exchanges around the world and through all the banks. So therefore, you have the volume or the liquidity that's made available to you by your broker. So make sure you understand that, and that should be part of your consideration in choosing a Forex broker as well, a Spot Forex broker. Number 2 is that in general, although this has improved, the Spot Forex regulatory standards and broker standards have not been nearly as good as that as for the futures market. Now, fortunately, we've seen a lot of changes in that, so that's been good. But even here, as of late, we've seen a few problems with that, so keep that in mind as well. The leverage is better with the Spot Forex market than it is with the futures market in general, although that can vary. So one of the things that means, well, that's a double-edged sword, right? Leverage can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. Basically, the more leverage you have, the more money you can potentially make with a smaller account. But on the flip side of that, of course, the more money you can lose with a smaller size account as well. And that's a problem. So you've got to really take that into consideration, especially for beginning traders. However, I will say that one of the advantages of the Spot Forex market, especially for beginners, is that you are able to trade mini lots or micro lots. And what that allows you to do is to trade with a smaller trading account. And it's a good way after you've been learning trading and you've been paper trading, simulate trading, demo trading, whatever you've been doing. After you've got it down good, you think your method's working, you've proven it to yourself in practice, and you're ready to start trading with real money. Well, if you trade the futures market, then you have to commit more money than you would in the spot forex market with a micro lot or a mini lot. So kind of cool that you can trade the spot forex market with less money to help you ease in to the psychology of having to trade with real money. And I think that's one of the advantages there. One of the things that a lot of people don't tell you is that, at least here in the United States, is that there may be tax benefits to trading the futures market over against equities that would include exchange traded funds or the spot forex market. So I am not a tax professional. I'm not giving you tax advice on that. I'm just saying that that's a possibility, and to talk to your CPA or a tax professional about that, because that can potentially make a big difference at the end of the year as to how much money you actually end up putting in your pocket. So if you found value in this video, if you learned something new or something thought-provoking, please feel free to go ahead and share this video by clicking on the share button below. That's really the best thing you can do to encourage me to continue to create more free tutorials for you. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get notified every time I release a new trading video. Click the thumbs up icon and leave a comment. I love your comments, by the way. Really enjoy those. As a special offer to you, I'm giving you one of my favorite trade strategies called the rubber band trade that has a very, very high win-loss ratio, and I'm going to give this to you absolutely free. This is a real trade strategy I'll teach you in 26 short minutes. Click on the image in the top right-hand corner of this video or in the description below the video. Or if you're not watching on YouTube, there's probably a link below or an opt-in form on the side. And once you do that, I will personally email the video to you with the rubber band trade strategy.